Welcome to another tutorial of ProfLearn. In this particular video, we're going to look at IGCSE Math Vision for Paper 2H, the revision for 2024 May June. And this particular video, we're going to have a discussion on how you're supposed to approach the questions, and in that way, you'll be able to learn how you can be able to answer coming exams. So if you're new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that in time I'm going to upload a tutorial, you'll be notified. So we're going to have the first question here, and here we are told that here are 8 numbers given in a given order. The numbers were H, 6, 7, 8, J, 16, K, and K. And then we were told that H, J, K are integers. The median of 8 numbers is 10. So for you to identify the median, you will pick the last term, the first term, the last term. You mark them that way. Second term and second last. Third term and third last. Then you will identify that you are going to remain with 2 numbers that are the middle. So for you to work out the median, usually is the sum of these 2 numbers divided by 2, the average of the 2 numbers. So that will be 8 plus J divided by 2 will give us the median, which is 10. So that becomes 8 plus J over 2, that is 10. Then times 2 both sides, that gives us 20, and 20 minus 8 gives us 12. So the median in this particular question was supposed to be 12. And then we are told that the mode of the numbers is 18. So you can see H appears 1, 6 appears 1, 7 appears 1, 8 appears 1. We have a J that appears 1. We have 16 that appears 1. So we have 2K appearing here. Then it means that the mode is K, and that mode is K is equals to 18. That's how I was able to arrive at this point. And we also have another information, the range of the 8 numbers. Remember, the range is the largest number minus the smallest number. Since we have known K is 18 here, then it means that it will be 18 minus the smallest number, which is H, which is going to give us 13. Then if you make H the subject, we're going to get our value of H is actually 5. Yeah, let me just take this moment to remind you that this video has been prepared by ProfLearn, and ProfLearn make videos on EDEXCEL Math, EDEXCEL Physics, Cambridge Math, Cambridge Physics for IGCSE and A levels. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe so that you can be able to support ProfLearn, grow the channel. I'm making this video when I'm having 699 subscribers, so I believe now we can be able to move to 1,000 subscribers. Please just be among the group that is supporting for me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The second question is on how to draw and shade regions in inequalities. Now you can see this on the grid. Draw the straight lines with the equation y is equals to 2 is a horizontal line like this, and x is equals to 6 is a vertical line that goes past 6, and then y equals to x plus 1. This one has a gradient, so you are going to have a table of values. When x is 0, you see it will be 0 plus 1, y will be 1. When x is 1, it will be 1 plus 1, y will be 2. When x is 2, it will be 2 plus 1, y will be 3. Then we are going to plot this point 0, 1, and then another point is 1, 1 on the x-axis, 2 on the y-axis. Then now we have at least 2 points. Then you can be able to join a straight line that goes like that. And once you have identified that, if you want to know the shaded region, you can be able to you can see this is y is greater than 2. We want to shade this region that satisfies y is greater than 2. So y is greater than 2 is on the upper part, and y x is less than 6 is the lower part before 6, and y is less than x plus 1. So if you want to know this, you can select a point inside here. If we select a point, for instance 4, 3, meaning x is 4, y is 3. So you can say 4 plus 1 would be 5. 5 would be greater than 3. So meaning this region satisfies the inequalities. That is how you are supposed to do question 2. And then we have a plane that takes 9 hours 36 minutes to fly from New Delhi to Perth. the plane flies at an average speed of 820 kilometers per hour, and then we are supposed to work out the total distance of the plane. Remember, average speed is equal to distance over time taken. So if the total distance is the what we are finding, we are going to find the time in hours, and our time in hours will be 9 plus 36 over 60, because this was time in minutes here. So it will be 9 plus 36 over 60 equals to 820 here. We multiply both sides, and that's going to translate to 72 kilometers. On the train diagram. All right, so I was just talking here, but let's focus back to the question. And we're told that show that 2 4 over 7 times 3 1 over 9 is equals to 8. So we're going to use the left hand side, and to use the left hand side we're going to make this an improper fraction. How do we do that? It will be 7 times 2 14 plus 4, that is 18. 9 times 3 will be 27 plus 1, that will be 28 over 9. So 7 goes to 28 4 times, 9 goes to 18 twice, 2 times 4 will give us 8. So that's just a walk in the park. Change the speed of W meters per second. W meters per second. This can be written as W times 1 meter over 1 second. But you know 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters, isn't it? Divide by 1,000, you will have 1 meter is equivalent to 1 over 1,000 kilometer. Then 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. If we divide by 3,600 both sides, we shall have 1 second is 1 over 3,600 hours. So this point where we have 1 meter, we're going to say 1 meter is equivalent to 1 over 1,000 kilometers, and 1 second is equivalent to 1 over 3,600 hours. So if you divide this guy and this guy, enda upunguze ugali, chukua upunguze ugali na kiko ukuli kimemuna bali moyo na uongeze mboga hapo. All right, so let's move to the next point. This is testing how you, whether you understand how to use trigonometric ratios, and we are going to use SOHCAHTOA. In the case, sine of an angle is opposite of hypotenuse, cosine of an angle is adjacent of hypotenuse, tan of an angle is opposite of adjacent, and that applies only for right-angled triangles. So in that case, we are going to work out here, and we shall say that since the angle that we are talking about 34 degrees and the side we are finding, they are opposite, so we are going to use sine theta over equals to theta 0 over opposite rather of h, which is the hypotenuse. So it will be that sine 34 is equals to x, which is opposite of hypotenuse, which is 6.5. And if you work it out, you are going to get your answer being equivalent to 3.6 centimeters. 3.6 centimeters. So the next question that we are given here is to find the height h. The height h is between this point and this point, and the shape was given there. So I decided to subdivide this into two shapes so that I find the area of the upper part and the area of the lower part, then I add them together. Since this is 13 and the entire height was h, then it means from this point to this, the height of the trapezium is going to be h minus 13, right? Then I'll apply the formula for area of a trapezium. I have h, a plus b, and a and b are the two parallel sides. Because this is 21 and this is 15, I can apply that and add the area of this rectangle that I'm having here, and that gives me the area of the shape, which was 390. So if I work out and rearrange everything that I have, I'm going to get my value of h as 19.5 centimeters. Another area that you need to know is how to work with ratios. And remember, if you're having this as a ratio, it means the total ratio is going to be 9 plus 4 plus 2, which is going to translate to 15. Oh, this is going to be 9, 15, right? So if you want to know because the total number of bulbs that were planted was 600, so if we want to know the tulip bulbs, it will be the fraction for tulip, it will be 9 over 15 times 600. For crocus will be 4 over 15 times 600, which will be 160. And also for the last one, which is daffodili, that will be 2 over 15 times 600, which becomes 80. We are told that 45% of the tulip bulbs are for yellow flowers, so it means it will be 45 over 100 times 360, because they were a total here, which becomes 162. And we shall also have 5 over 8 of the crocus were yellow, so it will be 5 over 8 times 160, because crocus were 160. That gives us 100. But we were told that all of the daffodili bulbs were yellow, so we were to add the 80 here, and that translates to 342. We have an investment in corona currency. 4,500 corona were invested in a savings account for 4 years. He gets 2.4% per year compound interest, meaning we're going to say amount is equals to P into 1 plus R over 100 raised to power N, where N is the number of years, which is 4. So if you apply that, you are going to get 49.48, because we were supposed to round the nearest corona. So you are supposed to work out that. Remember how to use this formula, and this is the most common question asked in IGCSE math. We need also to look at how to solve simultaneous equations, and when you look at these simultaneous equations that are given here, the values of x and y are different. So we are going to ensure that if we want to eliminate x, we are going to ensure that x are the same here. So I'm going to multiply by 2 all true. So if I multiply by 2, this will be 2 times 3x will be 6x, this will be 10y, and you have to remember that this number is also multiplied, and that's going to be 16. Then since they are now the x values are equal, you can be able to subtract them, and then you are going to get 4y minus 10y, you are going to get negative 6y. 1 minus 16 will be negative 15, but here we'll have a 0, then we're going to remain with one unknown. And if you can be able to work it out, you will get the value of y being equivalent to 2.5. Then if you want to find the value of x, you're going to substitute into any of the equation that was provided so that you can be able to solve for x. And if you work it out, you're going to get your answer as negative 1.5 and the y being equal to 2.5. At this particular point, I would like to remind you, if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that we can be able to reach 1,000 subscribers, because at this point we are recording this video when we have 699. So be part of the family that's going to guide us to share. Also leave a comment that it's possible we are going to reach 1,000. If you are watching this video when we have reached 1,000, say cheers, it was possible. Then let's move to the next question here. We are supposed to learn how to factorize and hence be able to solve a quadratic equation. So at this point, you can see here we have 1 in front here, and the last term is negative 22. So 1 times negative 22 will be giving us a product of negative 22, and the middle term here 9 gives us the sum. So we need to ask ourselves, which two numbers, when you add them you get positive 9, when you multiply them you get 22. The two numbers are 11 and negative 2. So you are going to write the middle term in terms of these two numbers. So we're going to say negative 2x plus 11x, and then we're going to group into 2, and then we're going to factorize what's common here. X is common here, 11 is common. Then we're going to have our answer x plus 11, x minus 2. So since this part that we are having here is what we have factorized at the top, we can be able to replace that with the factorized expression, and then we can say x plus 11 will be 0, or x minus 2 will also be equal to 0. Then x is equals to negative 11. X is going to be 2 as the solution of the 2. We have early uses fitness tracker to count the number of steps. So for the first 4 days, his mean number was 11,800. For the next 3 days, his mean number was 13,207. So in order to work out the mean number for the 7 days, we're going to work for the 4 days. The total number of steps for the 4 days will be the mean times the number of days, which is going to translate to 47,200. For the total number of steps for the 3 days will be the mean for the 3 days times the number of days. That's going to give us 39,621. So for us to work out the mean for the 7 days, we're going to add the 2 values we got here, divide by 7, and that's going to translate to 12,602, 12,603 as the mean for this particular case. So basically that's what you are supposed to do. 12,403. 12,403. I think I need to make that correction. This given point 12,403. Let me see. Can I be able to make that correction? Because 47,200. Yeah. Yeah, so, and the other one was 39,621. 39,621. So if we do the correction at this point, we are going to have our answer as 12,403, not 6,403. I would like you to take note of that. It's 403. That is just a typing error. We have reached the end of part 1 of this video. Let's watch out for part 2. And if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing so that anytime we're going to upload a tutorial, you'll be notified. Take note that this is 12,403, and check in the description for part 2. See you in the next video.